Hi, and welcome to this Joomla tutorial. Today, I'll be showing you how to manage your product catalog using the VirtueMart component. While this tutorial applies specifically to atlascustomtrailers.com, you will be able to use methods similar to the ones you will learn today to manage product catalog for your site. Should you get behind or lost somewhere along the way, remember you have full playback control of this video, allowing you to pause, rewind, and fast forward if needed. Anytime I click on an item during this tutorial, you will see red rings coming from my mouse pointer to indicate that I've clicked on an item. I'll provide you with my contact information at the end of this tutorial should you have any further questions after watching this short video. One last thing before I get started. It is very important that you do not hit the browser's back button while you are in the Joomla Administrator backend. Simply use the back, close, or cancel icons within the administrator if you need to exit out of a screen you have opened. Now let's get started. We're going to begin by logging into our Joomla administrative backend. If you are unfamiliar with Joomla, you will go to yourname.com/administrator. For the purpose of this tutorial, I have pulled up atlascustomtrailers.com/administrator. You will use the username and password provided to you by your system administrator to log in. As I click login, we will be brought to the control panel for our Joomla administrator backend. If we look around, you'll see that we have several different options. Today, however, we're just going to be simply focusing on how to use the VirtueMart component, which is what's going to allow us to manage our product catalog. There's a couple different ways while we're in the control panel that we can get to our VirtueMart component. You will notice under the quick launch, here kind of towards the left center of your screen, that we have an icon for VirtueMart. By clicking on that icon, it will pull us into the VirtueMart control panel. Or alternatively, we can go up to our top navigation menu, roll over on components, and you'll see that we have an option for VirtueMart. We'll go ahead and click on VirtueMart, and this is going to bring us into our VirtueMart control panel. I'm first going to show you how to add a product to your catalog. So we're going to come over to our VirtueMart navigation menu. We're going to click on products to extend the options that we have available underneath that category. And we're going to go ahead and click add product. This will pull up our new product information form. Most of the information here is required. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to be adding a trailer called Demo Trailer. So we're going to make the SKU Demo 01. We're going to name it Demo Trailer. We're going to say that it's going to be 17 feet by 15 feet. We're going to file it underneath the cargo trailer category. We're going to give it the price of $17.99.99. You'll notice that the product price gross is automatically populated for you, and there's no need to change any of the other options here. You will see that we have three different areas in which we can add information to our product. Product description is going to be the description at the top of the product information page. To show you this, I'm going to click on the tailgater from our live site, and you'll see here that we have a little introduction about the tailgater. This information would be put in our backend underneath product description. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to leave the product description blank, and I'm going to move over to our standard features. If we go back over to our live site, you'll notice that the format for our product information is we have title, no description, 2 columns of bulleted lists underneath the standard features, and some of the trailers have additional options as well. If we go back over to our backend, we need to first start by creating that 2-column table. If you are familiar with Microsoft Word or any other word processing program, you will already be relatively familiar with the toolbars that you see here in our text editor. Now, this is called a WYSIWYG editor, which is short for what you see is what you get, which simply means that literally what we see here within our text box is exactly how it's going to appear on our live side once we save the information. So we're going to start by creating the 2-column table. As I mouse over it, you'll notice that the tooltip pops up, insert a new table. We want it to be 2 columns by 1 row. And the only other value that we need to set here is the class. We'll pull down the drop down and we're going to select VM_options. This is basically short for VirtueMart options. We're going to click insert and you'll notice here that we have one row with 2 columns. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the bulleted list, and I'm just going to simply add some fake options. Now to get over to our right hand column, I'm simply going to click in there. I'm going to add another bulleted list, and we're going to continue with the fake options. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're not going to add any additional options. If there were additional options, you would just repeat the same steps that you did above in the standard features for the additional options. Now I'm going to scroll back to the top of our page, and you'll notice that we have a couple other options. For this particular system, the only other tab that we need to concern ourselves with is the product images, as all the other options have already been set to their defaults by the developer of this system. So we're going to click on product images, and all we will need to do is upload the full image. It will automatically create the thumbnail with the right dimensions for us. So we're going to click browse, and for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to select the demo image. You'll notice that auto create thumbnail is now selected, and we're going to click save. With that, we have added the item to our cargo trailers category of our product catalog. We're going to go back over to our live side. I'm going to click on cargo trailers, and you'll notice that demo trailer is now available in our product catalog. We'll click on that to view the page, and we'll see that everything looks exactly like we need it to, and it's uniform with the other items that are already in our catalog. So now I'm going to show you how to add additional images like the ones that we saw on the Tailgater page. For instance, we have 5 additional images underneath the Tailgater. We're going to go back over to our back end, and we're going to find list products. Now typically whenever you go to the product list, the filter will be defaulted to nothing. So we need to click on the filter options, select cargo trailers. Because the demo trailers in the cargo trailers category, once we filter down all the cargo trailers, it'll be easier to find the demo trailer. You'll notice here that it's at the bottom. You'll notice a small little thumbnail here to the right of the title with 2 in parentheses. Now by clicking on this, we effectively open up our media manager for this particular product. If we had 4 or 5 images for this product, this too would simply become 4 or 5 respectively. We're going to go ahead and click on the icon, and you'll notice that we're in the file manager for demo trailer. We're going to add a new image to it by clicking new. We're going to find our file, which for this particular one I'm going to use 5-wide single.jpg. And all the other options have been predetermined by the developer, so all we have to do is click save. It tells us that the thumbnail has been successfully created and the new file has been added. So we're going to go ahead and close out of this menu. We're going to go back over to our front end. We're going to locate our demo trailer. I'm going to click on it, and you'll notice that the additional image has already been added for us. Now let's just say you have a trailer that is either currently not available or you don't need for quite some time, but you may need it at some other point. I'm going to show you how to unpublish and then republish that particular item. By unpublishing it, it's going to pull it out of our catalog, but it's going to save all the details so we can easily add it back at some later point in time. We're going to go back to our back end. For the sake of learning the system, I'm going to go ahead and go back to our main control panel. I'm going to open up our VirtueMart control panel. And under products, I'm going to go to list products. I'm going to go down to demo trailer. I'm going to put a check mark in the checkbox, and we can come back up to the top and click unpublish, and that will unpublish the article. Or I can come back down to the bottom and simply click on the check mark, and the system automatically removes the demo trailer from our product catalog. If we needed it back in, we would locate the demo trailer, which has now been pushed to the end of our list since it is not enabled, or since it is unpublished rather. You'll notice that it has an X underneath the publish category. If we click on that X, it's going to republish that item to our product catalog. If I click refresh, you'll notice that the demo trailer is now back in our product catalog. Now the checkboxes are particularly useful if you need to unpublish or republish multiple items. You would simply just put a check mark in all of the boxes that you are trying to manipulate and either click publish or unpublish at the top of our window here. Since this is a live website, I'm going to go ahead and clear some of these. And now, since the demo trailer is obviously just for the purposes of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and remove it permanently, which means that it will completely remove it out of our system. We will not have the option to republish it because it has deleted all the product information. And then it will obviously no longer appear on our website. If I come down and locate demo trailer, you'll notice that I've put a check mark there in the checkbox. If I were deleting multiples, again, I could select multiple items, come back up to the top and click remove, and it would effectively remove all of the items. Or if I just wanted to remove one item, just like we did with the publishing and unpublishing, we can locate the trash can icon here, click it. It'll ask us, are we sure that we want to delete this record? We'll click OK. We'll go back over to our front end, we'll hit refresh, and the demo trailer is no longer available for us. Now, using the same techniques that I've just shown you, we can go into our back end and manage any of the items that are already in our product catalog. I'm going to go ahead and click on 5x10 single axle. And let's just say we wanted to remove this interior height 60 inches item. First, I'm going to show it to you in the front end. We're going to click apply. We'll click refresh on our front end, and you'll notice that the information that we have deleted has automatically been removed. Now I'm seeing under the additional options that we previously had some information here that is no longer relevant, obviously, because the site is live. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that information as well. I'm going to click apply. I'm going to refresh on our live side, and that extra information has been removed. Since this is a live site, I'm going to go ahead and add back in the information that we removed, which is in here, interior height of 60 inches. This time I'm going to click save, and the difference between apply and save is that apply saves your changes, but it leaves the item editor open, whereas if we just click save, it saves the changes and takes us back to our main page. You'll notice that our changes have been confirmed. I'm going to go ahead and go back to our main control panel. Going to click log out because we are done. And with that, you now know how to manage your product catalog using Joomla and the VirtueMart component. Should you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me at Wes, W-E-S, at Splice, S-P, as in Paul, L-I-C-E, the number 5.com. So that's Wes at Splice5.com, or visit me online at www.splice5.com. My name is Wes Dollar of Splice Media. We specialize in web design, including custom software development and integration, and also in web hosting. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.